Disability is part of being human. Almost everyone will temporarily or permanently experience disability at some point in their life. Over 1 billion people, about 15% of the global population, currently experience disability. And this number is increasing due in part to population aging and an increase in the prevalence of non-communicable diseases. This is the result from the interaction between individuals with a health condition such as cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, and depression, with personal and environmental factors including negative attitude, inaccessible transportation and public buildings, and limited social supports. A person environment has a huge effect on the experience and extent of disability. As a result, disability go in hand. People with disabilities in nearly 2.5 times higher than that for people without disabilities. People with disabilities are also much more likely to experience material hardships such as food insecurity, inability to pay rent, mortgage, and utilities, or not being able to get needed medical care than people without disabilities at the same income levels.
The first ever World Health Organization or World Bank World Report on Disability reviews evidence about the situation of people with disabilities around the world. In its final chapter, the report offers in 9 concrete recommendations for policy and practice, which if put in place could lead to real improvements in the lives of people with disability.
Step 5. Decide the scope of the review. About 15% of the world's population lives with some form of disability, of whom 2 to 4% experience significant difficulties in functioning. The global disability prevalence is higher than previous World Health Organization estimates, which date from the 1970s and suggested a figure of around 10%. This global estimate for disability is on the rise due to population aging and the rapid spread of chronic diseases, as well as improvements in the methodologies used to measure disability.
Persons with disabilities have the same rights and basic needs as others and face the same challenges. However, they face numerous additional barriers. They face particular protection risks, including a heightened risk of violence, exploitation, and abuse, and high levels of stigma. Persons with disabilities are not a homogeneous group. They face multiple and compounding forms of discrimination on the basis of disability, but also on other grounds which may lead to situations of exclusions.
Since in the beginning of the 21st century, World Health Organization has had several major milestones in disability data collection. It began with the multi-country survey study in year 2000, measuring health in a systematic, standardized, and cross-nationally comparable manner. World Health Organization's consistent efforts to collect data on disability has led to the Moodle's Disability Survey in year 2012, which gave detailed and nuanced information to the people with disabilities.
Step 8. Analyze the data and summarize the finding. We choose disability as our main topic for top 10 health issues. Disability. This study discovered what are the main causes of having disability in all over the world. These laws are in place to ensure that no person should ever be discriminated against because they have a disability. Disability rights protect all sorts of areas and are in place to help protect disabled people from discrimination. Some of the major areas covered are employment, education, and dealing with the police. In conclusion, people with intellectual disabilities can live meaningful, satisfying, and productive lives within their own communities. When provided adequate supports, we salute the courage and dedication of families and other advocates who have tirelessly worked to improve the lives of these deserving citizens. That's all, and thank you.